Hi, class. Good afternoon. This is your teacher, Ma'am Maria Corazon A. Mendoza, and I'm here to discuss to you writing bibliography, which is the module 2 of quarter 1. Here are the writers of the module, meaning they are the ones who developed this module. And so, grade 8, welcome to our class. Please have your module number 2 with you right now. Please get your pen and paper ready. Don't forget the online rules and regulations and online classroom etiquettes. For today, the milk or the most essential learning competency in this lesson is use conventions in citing sources. So this is the skill that we hope that you will learn and develop from this module. So here are the objectives of this lesson, what I need to know. So this is also in page 1 of your module. So as a learner of this module, you are expected to number 1, define key concepts of bibliography. Number 2, identify the bibliographic parts of a printed or online source. 3, give importance of citing sources. And 4, use various conventions in citing sources. Now, for us to check what you already know about the topic, we will answer a few activities. So please prepare your intermediate paper, write your name, your section, your module number, parent signature, and we can start. So here in what I know, please proceed to pages 2 to 4 of your module and please answer 1 to 15. Remember, this works just like a pretest, meaning the scores are not really counted towards your grade. So this is to check how much you already know about the lesson. So I'm giving you 2 to 3 minutes to answer this. So the timer will start now. Please go ahead and answer this activity. Okay, class, we only have 1 more minute left to answer what I know. Then we will check. Okay, class, time's up. Let us go ahead and check your answer. So please get another ball pen and check your answer. So here are the correct answers. 1C, 2D, 3, 4B, 5C, 6, 7B, 8C, 9B, 10A, 11B, 12C, 13A, 14D, and 15C. Okay, that's the answer. Anyway, the comment that you see or the message that you see on your screen, kindly disregard that. That's for the online class. Anyway, I want you to go to page 5 of your module and please answer what's in. Please use the same paper you used in answering what I know. Again, this is just a pre-test, so the scores are not counted towards your grades. So I'll give you um, 1 minute and 30 seconds to answer the activity. All right, class, time is up. Let us go ahead and check your answers. So for what's in, we have 1C, 2, 3A, 4, 5D. Okay, and please count your scores. So here are the concepts to remember from the activities that you answered in what I know and in what's in. So we have 5 concepts to remember. We have 1, plagiarizing, 2, reliable sources, 3, citing sources, 4, scholarly articles, and 5, bibliography. Now let us go over them one by one. We have plagiarizing. So, class, please read what is plagiarizing. Okay, thank you for reading that. So, here I want you to look at the keywords: copying, stealing, pretending to own it. So, plagiarizing is a crime when it comes to education. So, if you copy another person's ideas or work without telling your readers that it's not yours, or without telling the reader who the real author is, and if you pretend that it is your own, you're actually doing plagiarizing. You are plagiarizing. Okay. And in order for us to avoid that, um, that's in order for us to avoid plagiarizing, we are discussing writing bibliography because it is a way of avoiding in committing this crime. Next, reliable sources. Now, please read. Okay, thank you. I want you to look at the keywords. A source is reliable if it is backed up with what? Evidence by experts in the subject matter. So, meaning that source is something that you can trust if the writers or the evidences are given by the writers who are experts in the subject matter. Now, this one, I got this image from customwriting.org. Now, there are some distinctions between credible sources and non credible sources. Under credible sources, these are published within the last 10 years versus non credible sources, which are published older than 10 years. So, although it would seem that um, texts or books that are published or older than 10 years ago, um, they are still truthful. Okay. However, some of them are not relevant anymore or not accurate anymore. That's why it would be better if we consult sources which are published within the last 10 years. Next, credible sources are written by respected authors versus non credible are written by someone without proper credentials. Credible sources belong to educational and governmental institutions, while non-credible sources are published within or on commercial websites. So, I think you are already aware that in order for us to identify a website, we're talking about websites here or online sources. If the domain name like .com, okay, or .net, .org, I'm talking about that one. .com, .org, and .net, most likely, they're actually they post their contents to earn money. For example, .com is a website made by a company, .org by an organization, .net by a network, and it would be better if we consult sources like if the domain name ends in .edu, that means the website is an educational website, or .gov or .gov, which is a website made by the government. I hope you're I hope you get what I mean. Next, another item or another term discussed or shown earlier is scholarly articles. These are materials that are published for academic purposes. So these are reliable sources of information. Next, we have citing sources. I want you to read. Thank you very much. So we have here three: mentioning, quoting, and listing. That means these are the ways that we can cite sources in order for us to avoid plagiarism. Okay. Now, our lesson is all about listing. Listing is citing sources by means of writing a bibliography. And that's exactly is what our lesson for today. Now, class, here are some important reasons why you need to cite or list the sources. Number one, it gives credit to the authors or the writers. Number two, please read. Thank you. Number three, it shows the writer's credibility, referring to whether his or her sources are reliable. Number four, please read. Okay, thank you very much. So these are the reasons why we need to cite or list the sources. Bibliography. This is the last item. A bibliography is taken from the Greek word biblion, which means book, and graphia, which means to write. A bibliography contains an alphabetical list of sources like books, periodicals, and websites used by the writer or researcher. So you see here, class, a writer can consult books like the physical books, the periodicals such as journals, magazines, newspapers, and websites, which is or which are an example of online source. So your bibliography or sources rather is not limited to printed sources, but it also includes online sources. Now, I want you to look at the sample text inside the box. This is also in your module. Okay. Now, on this part, hold on just a moment. This is in your module, which is on page 7. Look at the page 7 of your module. So the things you see here, the Volante, Christopher, etc., Conrado, Jasmine, Durante, May, we have here list, okay, list of sources, which is what we call a bibliography. Now, class, be reminded that a bibliography can be found at the end of your paper. There is a separate page in the research paper, and it's called bibliography, and that's where you will list the sources that you have used in writing your paper. Okay, now in order for us to successfully make a bibliography, you have to be aware that a certain source has different parts or has parts. So we have here, this is found on page 6 of your module. So we have here a book. The title is called Proud Pinay. The subtitle is Inspirational Stories of Filipino Women. But mind you, class, that not all books have subtitles. We have their author, which is who are rather Belinda Perez and Natalia Abuso. Meaning, class, of course, a book can have one or more than one author. Okay. Next, name of publisher, meaning the company name of the printing press who printed the books or the source. Next, place published. So basically, here are the parts of a source. Now, I want you to be aware as well that there are three main citation styles, which are the APA or the American Psychological Association style, which is used in social and behavioral sciences, the MLA style or the Modern Language Association style, which is used for writing papers on literature and related subjects like theater or film. And so today we will focus on CMOS, which is the Chicago Manual of Style, which is often used in many academic fields, especially in the humanities and social sciences. Now, please go to page 8, your module. Please be aware that there are two formats, or these are the format rather of sources of information. This is like a map. We have A, print, and B, online. So under print, we have books and periodicals. Under periodicals, we have journal, magazine, newspapers. for online, of course, it needs internet connection in order for us to access them. We have website, ebooks or electronic books, online journals, online magazines, and newspapers. Okay, moving on. Print sources. These are sources that have been published in printed formats such as books and periodicals. Books are the most common and reliable sources of information. So today you will learn the format for books with one author, books with 2 to 10 authors, and chapter in a book. Okay, so this is an example of a book. The title is Language and Literature. The subtitle is Grade 8 Learner's Textbook. The authors are Lourdes M. Cruz, Armando L. D., Jose G. Perez, and Nancy M. Rubio. Name of publisher, Cruz Publishing House Incorporated. And then the place published here is Quezon City, Philippines. For more information about the copyright, okay, it's found in the copyright page of the book. So you will find there the copyright year, which is 2015 in this case. And again, you will find the place published in the copyright page one more time. So this is the sample format of writing a bibliography, book bibliography. So we have the author's last name and first name. So we must write first the last name of the author. Remember earlier, the last name is Cruz and first name is Lourdes M. So we will write there Cruz, comma, Lourdes. Okay, so it seems in our example, the middle initial was already removed. So we will follow that. So Cruz, comma, Lourdes, followed by a period right after this one. Now, as you can see, the next thing that we should put is the title of the book, followed by a colon, the punctuation colon. So the title of the book is Language and Literature, and then the colon. And then remember, if there is a subtitle, you have to write it as well. The subtitle is Grade 8 Learner's Textbook, followed by a period. For example, class, the book does not have a subtitle. So you will just write the title, Cruz Lourdes, period, Language and Literature, period. Do you understand? You don't need to put colon subtitle if there is no subtitle. Okay? Also remember that Language and Literature Grade 8 Learner's Textbook is the title and subtitle. Please write them in italics. Okay? So instead of writing in a straight form like this, it should be a little sidewards to the right. Okay, I hope you get what I mean. And then period. Next is followed by place of publication, which is Quezon City. Now, class, this is important. Instead of writing Quezon City here below Cruz, no. You have to indent a little bit. Okay, so you have to move to the right and write an indentation like a space. And then that's where you will write the place of publication, colon. Okay, so Quezon City, colon, name of publisher, which is Cruz Publishing House, Incorporated, comma. So there's the comma after the publishing house or the name of publisher and the year of publication. Okay, so that's what you will do for books with 2 to 10 authors. So you just have to follow Cruz Lourdes, comma, D. Armando, comma, Perez Jose, and Rubio Nancy, period, if you're gonna write the last author. Now, if there are too many authors, instead of writing all the names, you can just use et period al, et al. Okay? And I think it was also found in your previous activity, right? That we can use et period al. And what does that mean? It means to among others. Okay, meaning you will write the name of a few authors and then et al, meaning among others. That means that you don't really have to write all of them. Okay, next, chapter in a book. Now, there are times that you will only consult a certain author or a certain chapter rather in a book. Now, if you want to highlight or emphasize that, you can put Cruz Lourdes, period. Okay. Thinking that she is the only author, period. Southeast Asian literature, that is the chapter. So you will put the chapter inside quotation marks, but you have to put a period inside the quotations as well. So look at the example. Southeast Asian literature, period. And all of them are inside the quotation marks. And then you will put in, okay, in language and literature, which is the title, again in italics, colon, grade 8 learner's textbook, 30 to 47, period. 30 to 47 would mean the pages um, wherein we can find the chapter, period. And Quezon City, colon, Cruz Publishing House, comma, year, period. So that's how you will write books, book bibliography. Now for periodicals. Periodicals are magazines, journals, newspapers, and newsletters published at regular intervals. Publication dates are essential when citing periodical sources. So, first example is a journal. It is a scholarly published periodical containing articles written by researchers, professors, and other experts. So, this is the sample format of writing a bibliography. So, we have author's last name and first name, period, title of article, journal title, comma, and then the issue information. Now, listen carefully. Martinez Juana is the author, period. The title of the article is Distance Learning Amidst COVID-19, period, inside the quotations. Journal of Studies in Philippine Education is the title of the journal. Now, the number 10 here is the volume number. Okay, you'll find that here. Look, volume number 10. Okay, so after writing the volume, the journal title rather, which is in italic, you put number 10 right away, which is the volume, comma, number 2. The number 2 here refers to the issue number. Remember that the N in number is small letter. And then the 2019 here is the year that the journal was published. So you will just put the 2019 inside the parentheses and then colon 23 to 35, which is the page numbers that we can find the article Distance Learning Amidst COVID-19. Now, as you see, class, this might sound confusing at first, but just remember that this is just like math. There's a formula, and at first, you practice with the formula in front of you, so you will be guided. And later on, as time goes by, you can like remove that formula little by little so you can stand on your own and make your own bibliography. Okay, we have magazine. It is a periodical publication that contains stories, essays, pictures, and the like, and it's usually published every week or month. So here you have to follow the format, author's last name, and this is where we can find the answer. Alisbothea, okay, period. What's the title of the article? Here, Finding New Hobbies in Time of Quarantine. So you will put the title of the article. Okay. Next, magazine title, which is Young Mind Creatives, which is in italics. Okay, it should be like this. And then the issue date, which is June 2020. So after putting the magazine title, you put a comma. You put June 2020 and period. Okay? I hope you understand. Next, we have 2.3 newspaper. It is a periodical that is printed and distributed usually daily or weekly, containing news, opinions, features, and advertisements. Now, this the sample format, author's last name, so paran Leonardo. But sorry, in the source here in the picture, it says Leo Paran. So we'll just write Paran Leo, okay, period. Filipino students bag or student bags trophy in international quiz bee, period. It should be inside the quotation. That's the title of the article. Newspaper name, where is it? This one. Caraga Sinag Press, and you put it in italics, comma, and then the month, day, and year. So we can find that over here. July 17, 2018, and then the period. Remember the indentation. Okay. So we have already discussed printed sources. If you have any questions, feel free to chat me or your teacher in your group chat or in private message in Facebook. Because if you will comment in this YouTube video, I might not, or your teacher might not see the questions right away. B, online sources. These refer to any materials or information taken from the internet. So other terms for online sources are electronic sources, web sources, and internet sources. So one, website. This refers to the collection of files and related resources accessible through the World Wide Web or the triple W and organized under a domain name. Example, author's last name. So this is the example of the web page. So a website usually looks like this, right? So we have there here the URL or the uniform resource locator. An example would be www.facebook.com 10023, etc. Meaning that's the exact thing that you find in the address bar. So this is the address bar and the URL is you will just copy and paste the URL. Next, we have the title or owner of site, which is the Department of Education, Caraga region. This is also found in your module. Okay, if you cannot see this example in the screen, Of course, it's in your module, so just look at it. Next, title of page, which is Solid Faith. The publication date, it's here. It's small, but it's there, okay? And then we have the author. So what's the format? Author's last name, first name, or Julio Ramon Jr., period. Solid Faith is the title of the page, period. And it should be inside the quotation marks. Department of Education, Caraga Region, comma. That title, the website title, should be in italics. And then June 2, 2020 is the published date or access date. Now, class, remember, just in case the website does not have a published date written there, you can just put there when you access the information. For example, you access the website today, October 8, 2021. Then you will put October 8, 2021, period, over here. Understood? And then you will put the period and then URL. It's important the URL is something that we just copy and paste. Okay, that's website. Next, we have ebooks. Now, class, please don't confuse ebooks. Okay, there are different types of ebooks. So these are books that are read on a computer or electronic devices. So it is called an ebook if the book is stored in your PC, laptop, cell phone, tablet, Kindle, wherever. As long as it's not printed, it's a book. However, it's not printed, it's called an ebook. Now, they are cited exactly as a printed book with the addition of a format at the end of the citation. Meaning, class, remember earlier what we studied about the format of book bibliography? This one is the same. Okay. How you write printed books is how you will write ebook bibliography, but there is an additional information. For example, you have used PDF, okay, file. That's the kind of file that you use, PDF. Then you will put PDF at the end of it. So example, let me give you a sample here. So Solis Anna May, comma, De La Cruz Christopher, comma, and Dizon Jane, period. How to improve your reading skills. So that's the title of the book. Okay. Period. Manila, colon. Okay. Tim's Publishing Company, comma, 2018, period. And then EPUB. Remember I told you PDF. So you will just put PDF. Now, if the file is EPUB, it's a format. Okay. Then you'll put EPUB. If it's Kindle, you'll put Kindle. Now, there are times that the ebook is something that you found on the internet, like it's online, there's a website. You just have to copy the website. Remember earlier, this one, the URL, you're just gonna copy that. Instead of writing EPUB, you will put the URL. Okay? So that's under ebooks. Next, we have online journals. So these are journals read from digital libraries or online databases. So this is the sample format, author's surname, and first name. So here, there are lots of authors here, the po, over here. And then article title, here. Journal title, this one. Volume number, it's over here, okay? Issue year, page range, Okay. And then the URL of the journal article. Now let's find out. Okay, hold on. So that's it. You can find the more information about this in your module. Next, online magazine and or an online newspaper. These are online versions of magazines. So it's just the same magazine and newspaper that are printed. The only difference is this one, these are found online. So both sources have same format. So here's what you'll follow. Author's last name, first name, period, article title, period inside the quotations, newspaper magazine title, comma, month, day, year, period, and then the URL. So this is a perfect example. So this is how you will write an online magazine bibliography. So I want you to look at it. This is for online newspaper. Remember the URL right here. Do not put a period towards the end. You're just gonna copy paste that and that's it. Okay, so we're already done with the discussions and we will have a practice activity. So please answer with me. No need to write this in your paper, okay? So this is found as well on your module, page 16, number 1. So now let's identify the parts. Mega Publishing Incorporated is the publishing house. Metro Manila is the, yes, place of publication. 2014 is year of publication. How about Jose Rizal, a genius and national hero? Is he an author? No, this is the book title. Gregorio F. Timong, Juana Impas are the authors. So how many authors do we have? We have 2. Okay. So this is how you will answer it. So Timong Gregorio F period or Timong Gregorio without the F. With or without the F is fine. And Impas Juana period Jose Rizal, a genius and national hero period. Metro Manila colon Mega Publishing Incorporated. There should be a comma right here, okay? And then 2014 period. Next, journal. Journal. So Maria Aquino, Soledad Santos, and Jose Cruz are who are they? They're the authors. Journal Science Studies is the title of the journal. The Advancement of Women Empowerment in the Philippines, the what? Title of the article, volume number 8, issue number 1, publication year 2011, page range. These are the issue information. So this is the format, and this is how you will answer it. Okay, I want you to look at it. Okay, next. Now please answer on your own. So please refer to number 3 of page 16. Do not write this on the paper that you will submit. You can just use a scratch paper. Okay, now let us identify the parts of the source. Mabuhay Philippines is, what is it? Name of the magazine. The Ruins in Bacolod City is the title of the article. January 2018 is the publication date. Antonio Miranda is the what? The author. So this is the format. Okay, so that's it. Next. So answer on your own as well. Melissa Luz Lopez, author. Okay, here. Melissa Luz Lopez is the author. Quarantine rules for provinces may be relaxed further after June 15. Roque. That's the article title. And then the long URL right here is of the URL. And June 8, 2020 is the uh, title, month, and day. So you're just gonna arrange them according to this format. Okay. Okay, this one. There might be some discrepancies. It says here strong faith. Okay. Never mind. Sorry. Okay, so we have a website. Fe Durango is your last name and first name of the author. So we put Durango Fe. Page title is Strong Faith. Okay. And then the website, the title, Serving Others as Serving God. Published date is this one, the date right here. And the access date or URL, this one. Okay. So now, okay, so here's what you will do, class. Please get your module and answer page 14. What you will do here is you will solve the riddle. Okay? This is a riddle that you will uncover by reading the questions right here. So you're gonna write the answer on the same answer sheet that you have used earlier. Okay? So how are you going to answer this? I'm gonna help you a little bit. So the author of the source is named after a flower. So this one, the title, the name of the name of the author rather, this one, the first name is named after a flower. So please think of a flower that has four letters and ends with an E. Okay? And it's a flower that's quite popular to many lovers. Okay, next, she also has the same family name of the Filipino singer who sang the famous popular OPM song titled Tala. So she is a Filipino singer, OPM. It says here, what's her last name? She sang Tala. Okay. So that's how you will answer it. So you're just going to continue reading this as you answer the questions, the riddle. So I'm giving you 2 minutes to do that. Okay, go ahead. Okay, class, once you're done, kindly answer activity number 2, which is found on page 15, answers only. Do not copy the puzzle boxes anymore. So, how are you going to answer this? So, it just works like a regular crossword puzzle. There are clues given here with numbers corresponding with corresponding numbers. Example 1, horizontal. This is a term used for books that are read on a computer or electronic devices. So where is horizontal one? So this is the one. So we have their letters that are already in the boxes. So you're just going to fill it in, okay, and find out the answer from there. And then number 2, okay, this is how you will answer. Okay, number 2, this refers to the source of any materials or information taken from the internet, and it's vertical. So this one, all right? So what kind of material is that? And then number 3. So your answer will be 1, 2, 3 up to number 10. Okay, so that's how you will answer activity number 2. You can pause this video as you answer it, and then we will now proceed to activity number 3. Now, this one, you will also write answers only. Let me explain how you will answer this. You're going to fill in the missing information to complete the format of each source. Remember earlier, we studied the format of the sources like books, journal, online magazine, website, online newspaper. So what are you going to do? Look at the missing information. In number 1, the missing information is found here. Okay? Here with the underline or with the gap. Okay? So we have author's last name, first name, title of book, and then blank. What is the next information found in a book bibliography? Okay, so you will just complete the format. You will do the same with numbers 2 up to number 4. However, number 5 is a bonus. Why? Because the thing that's missing here is already included in the question. Okay, so meaning you will only answer 1, 2, 3, and 4 and leave number 5 as the bonus. So again, please answer them right now. And we will just have, you can just, what do you call this? You can pause this video as you answer. Now, please answer assessment as well from pages 20 to 22, answers only. So I know that the questions might be the same as the ones that you have already answered earlier, but please, honesty is the best policy. So please answer them with all your heart, with integrity, okay? That's how you will answer it. So 1 to 15. So that will be the last activity or second to the last activity that you will answer. Oh no, sorry. The last activity that you will answer is assessment from pages 20 to 22. So I think you're already done with the module. After answering this, you're all good. Do not forget to write your name, your section, subject, module number, and then have it signed by your guardian. And please be ready to submit it in our retrieval date. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any questions or clarifications about this lesson, feel free to contact your teacher in Facebook or in Messenger, not here, okay? So that will be all. Again, this is your teacher, Ma'am Corey, and have a nice day. Goodbye.